Elon's on that stage, jumping around, skipping like a dipshit.
That's how he thinks about you. He thinks your jobs are a joke. That's why I called him a dipshit, and I stand by it. Where Donald Trump's going, surrounding himself, as I said again, and I'll continue to say it, dipshits like Elon Musk.
Meanwhile,
I think the core principle, adhering to the Constitution, the rule of law, getting away from the name calling and the division.
All right, guys. So Tim Walz, I mean, he's just obsessed with Elon Musk at this point. I mean, he has Elon derangement syndrome, if that is a thing. Now he's coming out calling Elon gay. He's receiving a lot of backlash for it. So we're definitely going to play that clip. You're going to want to see it for yourself. But before I show you that, I want to take you back to the very first time Tim Walz started to insult Elon Musk. And I think at this point, for someone who's claiming that they want joy and unity and we need to knock off the name calling, they sure have a funny way of setting the example. Watch this.
Look, Elon's on that stage, jumping around, skipping like a dipshit on these things. You know it. Think about it. Think about that. That guy is literally the richest man in the world, spending millions of dollars to help Donald Trump buy an election. Now look, they're saying the quiet parts out loud now because Donald Trump has already promised that he would put Elon in charge of government regulations that oversee the businesses that Elon runs. That's a hell of a buy. He could spend billions to make more than 10 billion on the back end. So,
all right, so Tampon Tim, you're making the claim, and you sound jealous and desperate and bitter that she didn't get the endorsement from Elon Musk, right? And Elon Musk, because he can think for himself, that's why he is the richest man on this planet, clearly, or in our country. Very intelligent person, a genius of our time. It's funny why you would want to be on the side of disrespecting him, but hey, okay. Anyways, you're claiming that he's trying to buy Trump the election. That's interesting because when you search up all of the billionaires supporting Kamala Harris, what do we get? There are 83 billionaires who endorse Kamala Harris publicly to Donald Trump's 52. So there's that. So let's go through the names of the people who have publicly been reported to be funding her campaign. Now, number one out of the gate, as you guys can see already, is Bill Gates. All right, the second is George Soros, which is no secret. That would be a given. I mean, this guy's funding everything Democratic in order to stop Trump. And then you have this guy, Jonathan Gray, who happens to be the president of Blackstone. Yeah, he's funding her campaign too. And we can't forget about Mark Cuban, right? Petty Mark Cuban, that is. He's funding her campaign as well. Oh, yeah. And then we had Reed Hastings, who's a co-founder and former CEO of Netflix, who cut a $7 million check immediately. Then we have Reid Hoffman, co-founder of LinkedIn and venture capitalist. I mean, guys, this list goes on and on and on and on, but I think you guys are getting the point. Now, Tim Walz wasn't finished insulting Elon Musk. He continued. Watch this.
That's what union workers know. Look, they could care less about union workers. They care about their billionaire friends like Elon Musk. Now, look, there's a reason that I called the guy in a good Midwestern insult the other day. I said it because I had seen a clip, and all of you have seen it, where he and Donald Trump laughed about the idea of firing striking workers. Why negotiate with them? Just fire him. That's how he thinks about you. He thinks your jobs are a joke. That's why I called him a dipshit, and I stand by it. I stand by it. He wants to make this guy the economy czar.
Okay, so he's using the excuse that Elon Musk was disrespecting union voters. But last time I checked, it's the Democratic Party that has been disrespecting union voters, and the polls are showing that.
But look at where Kamala Harris is today. She's only leading by 9 points. That would be the worst Democratic performance in a generation, 10 points off the mark of Joe Biden, who, of course, won 4 years ago, was sort of that union guy, Union Joe, right? Won it by 19 points. She's 10 points off his mark and the worst in a generation.
All right, so it's no secret by now, you know, if you've been following this election, that she has been underperforming when it comes to union workers. But that didn't stop Tim Walz from continuing to insult Elon Musk. Here he is again.
It couldn't be clearer. I mean, where Donald Trump's going, surrounding himself, as I said again, and I'll continue to say it, dipshits like Elon Musk and the people around him, people who have no interest.
Yeah, it's all the same talking points. Elon Musk is a billionaire. He doesn't care about you. We need to tax the rich a fair share. We don't even know what fair share is. You know, Donald Trump is all about himself. That's why he has Elon Musk on his team. You know, none of it really makes sense. None of it is resonating with voters. We know that. Elon Musk is highly respected. His results are second to none. Again, I think that if she loses this election, I think Tim Walz will become a permanent meme in the social media world. Now, this takes us to the clip that's now getting backlash and going viral, where he calls Elon Musk gay.
If you're a billionaire, Elon Musk, for example, say, that gay got it. Michigan knows that word. Look, that dude got a tax cut.
Yeah, so what he's going to end up saying is what? Well, I misspeak. I'm passionate. People know who I am. You know, he's not going to apologize for saying anything like that. But if Trump had called Tim Walz gay, they would be coming for him. If JD Vance called Tim Walz gay, they would be coming for him. In fact, people are so sensitive to what comes out of the mouth of Trump and JD Vance that JD Vance started receiving backlash for what he said on the Joe Rogan podcast. Listen to this.
And I think that, frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if me and Trump won just the normal gay guy vote. Because, again, they just wanted to be left the hell alone. And now you have all this crazy stuff on top of it.
Now, when you hear that clip, I know common sense sets in because you know exactly what he means when he says a normal gay guy, meaning people who are gay that want to be left alone. And out of all of this progressive wokeness coming out of California, we know what it is, okay? But don't tell Anderson Cooper that. Watch this.
To know where where the line is between a normal gay person and a not normal gay person.
I mean, the question is,
I'm assuming I can guess what it is, like, you know, anything related to drag, I guess in you know, that drag, you know, wearing as much makeup as Donald Trump wears, that would be considered not normal. It's fine for Donald Trump, but on a gay guy, that wouldn't be considered normal.
The other.
Okay, Anderson Cooper knows exactly what we're talking about here. But again, they got to stick to a certain narrative. They can't do anything that insinuates that they are supporting Trump. Listen, do you know how much backlash CNN gets that they don't criticize Trump and JD Vance even more? I find that to be fascinating. Now, before I go any further, if you're getting value from this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. If you want to support us further, go to the link in the description below, grab yourself some merch, or buy us a cup of coffee. Now, circling back, because I know you want to know what Elon Musk had to say about this, here's what he put on X. All right, so he directly responded to the clip when it was posted. He says, I have no problem being called gay, to be honest. And of course, in the comments, he's just getting roasted because, you know, people are going to come for Tim Walz because we know it's just a double standard. And what also is a double standard is what Joe Biden had to say about Trump and people who support him.
There's one more thing Trump and his Republican friends want to do. They want another giant tax cut for the wealthy. Now, I know some of you guys are tempted to think it's macho guy. I'll tell you what, man. When I was in Scranton, we used to have a little trouble going down the plot once in a while. From Green Ridge. But I'm serious. These are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass.
All right, just a few things. Number one, the USA flag on his lapel is diagonal. It's looking like it's about to fall off. Number two, again, if Trump or JD Vance said something like that, yeah, they'd be coming for them quickly. But again, I don't know why Joe Biden is continuing to embarrass himself, which leads me to number three. I thought he was banned from the campaign. Why is he still doing campaign events? He keeps putting his foot in his mouth. This is just not a good look whatsoever. This is the sitting president of the United States. Why is he talking like this? I know why he's talking like this, because they all are hypocritical. Here's Tim Walz doing the opposite of what he says the country should be doing.
I think the core principle, adhering to the Constitution, the rule of law, getting away from the name calling and the division.
And I gotta say, you probably figured this out about me. I kind of talk the way I see it, and I'm a little bit old school, but I have to tell you, like all of you, the deep respect for this country, what we have. Call me old-fashioned, but a president's character and words should matter.
Now, the bigger picture here is I still don't understand why she picked him in the first place. Because if she loses, I'm telling you, this is going to come back to haunt her, and this will be a huge talking point.
Now, May, this is what some prominent Democrats, like the current VP nominee, thinks of your son and his involvement. Watch.
Elon says the only way to make this economy work is to crash it, to take it down. And he warned you, though, Americans, this was Elon in his own words, Americans are going to have to be prepared for some hardship. So I would ask all of you, what in the hell does a billionaire know about hardship?
Yeah, he isn't a pleasant man. He's not very bright, and he's quite silly. And Elon is going to save America with Trump and all the magnificent people on Trump's team.
Now, just for good measure, because you spent this amount of time watching this video, here's a perfect example of Tim Walz being exactly what he has accused Trump and JD Vance of being, which is weird. I mean, at a certain point, you're wondering, does he even know who he's waving at? I don't think so. Anyhow, so bigger picture, double standard is clear in this video today. Again, if Trump or JD Vance or even Elon Musk did anything like this, I mean, they would be all over them. Okay. So I find that to be fascinating. Secondly, this is all they have to offer, right? Are insults. That's it. They don't have policy. They don't have insightful information. They don't have any ideas that are really filled with substance that are going to help the American people.
Donald Trump has descended into madness over the last few weeks. And I think some of you don't miss on this. Go do your Google on this. Donald Trump's got this big rally going at Madison Square Garden. There's a direct parallel to a big rally that happened in the mid-1930s at Madison Square Garden. And don't think that he doesn't know for 1 second exactly what they're doing there.
Tim Walz is as radical as you can get. We know he's literally Gavin Newsom, but in Minnesota, he lies about how great Minnesota is as a state, even though second to California was the state that people left the most during the pandemic. So I think that speaks to who he is as a governor and the state. And let's not get into the whole George Floyd riots, because we know that is a stain on his record as well. And this is a guy who's been advocating to get rid of the Electoral College and get rid of free speech.
I want to go back to something you said on Tuesday. You said, I think all of us know the Electoral College needs to go. But the campaign came out later that night, and they said that's not their stance.
Yeah. Well, it's not the campaign's position. And the point I'm trying to make is that there's folks that feel every vote must count in every state. Mm-hmm. And I think some of folks feel that's not the case. Our campaign does that. And the point I'm saying is I'm in 5 states in 2 days. We're out there making the case that the campaign's position is clear, that that's not their position. Their position and my position is to make sure that everybody understands their vote, no matter what state they're in, matters.
So that's something that you and Vice President Harris disagree on?
I have spoken about it in the past, that she's been very clear on this, and the campaign, and my position is the campaign's position.
So, no, we don't trust Tim Walz whatsoever. And that is my opinion. So what do you guys think about this story of Tim Walz calling Elon Musk gay? He's been insulting him, I guess, for a while now. He won't let up. I mean, do you believe he has Elon derangement syndrome, if that is the proper term? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Now, speaking about substance, there was a video that we uploaded today where we showed you what swing voters had to say about Kamala Harris, and it wasn't good, okay? They slammed her. They blew up on her campaign. If you want to check that video out, you can click on it because it's coming up right now.